Hello, 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 hello. That's right, it's me, the one and only Teej, back here in the studio for another night of fun and weirdness. Yes! That's what I'm talking about. I need that kind of enthusiasm right now. Terry, why is this light shining right on me right now? Can we do something about the light? Can we kill the lights in here? No, I'm aware that I can go ahead and turn off the light switch, but I'm kind of like on air right now, so I can't really reach over there. If you could just do something about... Ladies and gentlemen, and all you other beautiful creatures out there, Terry, my producer, is joining with me here in the studio once again through this very, very bizarre and somewhat dysfunctional partnership. And, once again, he does not want to be associated whatsoever with the show. And I have to once again throw out there that Terry may or may not actually be his named. Consequently, we're just, going along with this profile of Terry, and we'll have to carry on out after that. No, we're back here again tonight, and I'm coming back pretty strong. I'm feeling, I've got some good feelers out from the past week, which is exciting. It's always nice to get a little bit of good feedback and that sort of bit. I don't know if you recall, but we aired some PSAs last week, which, I don't know, there was of somewhat questionable material, I'll say, but, that's just how we like to keep it here, and that's just good and wonderful and creative, certainly, but was a bit curious on how that would look under academic review. And we have the call here. Looks like it is good. It is clear. All right. I really would try to make a better sports reference right now, but I've got to be honest, there's no way in hell that that's coming out of me. Terry, you got a sports joke for us? New? No, anything at all? Any little bit of information you want to provide to our humble little listener out there who's absolutely beautiful and wonderful and perfect? No? Nothing at all. All right. Well, no, the Purge PSA ended up turning in for a class, and it was great because, who doesn't want to, know more about the Purge season and, ways to protect yourself during the Purge? The Purge, of course, is that one day a year where all rules are out and you can go ahead and do whatever the hell you want. Now, I loved the idea and everything, and, got a pretty good grade on it. Unfortunately, I was not provided with any really, critical feedback, any opinion associated with this grade, and I would just like to throw out there to any instructors listening right now, because this is something personal that I would like to share with you at least, is I do like to have, a little bit of opinion stated on my stuff, that sort of thing. There is nothing worse, as an artist, there is nothing worse for you to show someone your work or something like that, and you know what they tell you? It's good, or it's fine. I don't want to hear that. I really don't. I would like you to have an opinion about it, and preferably negative, actually. And it helps me learn, it helps me work with that sort of thing. I can believe what you have to say or I can ignore it, but that's sort of the exchange that happens right there. I would like some sort of opinion behind it. So, again, this is just, as one individual, and I know lots of people that hate getting feedback. Do not critique my work. Some people that are over there in DAP and they're ready to throw up before critiques and that sort of thing. I can't take the pressure! That sort of bit. I'm not going to name any names because that would be inappropriate, but I've known some individuals who have come home crying after critiques and that sort of sits right there, and then you have to console them, and it's a little bit weird and strange at the same time, because then you're like, well, you didn't really do the best job. I mean, no, it looks great! Have you ever been in that kind of situation? It is the worst, because you want to be honest because you want to be a good friend, but at the same time, you don't want to be honest because you want to be a good friend. I don't know. I've always been one of those people that I actually would like the honesty more than anything else. It's just how it works, that sort of bit right there. And it would be nice, honestly, to have that kind of opportunity there. So if you have an opinion, if you have strong opinions especially, why don't you check out my work, that sort of thing. Tell me what you think about it. You can catch me on the Teej page. Yes, I'm going to have to do some shameless plugging, so let's just get through it and let's not hear your bitching. Yes, the Teej page on the Facebook, the Book of Faces. That's FACEBOOK.com right there. There you got the Facebook. And if you just go into the little search panel and you type in the Teej, that's T-E-E-J. We're not going over how to spell the. You can find me there, and I'd love to get in contact. I'd love to hear what you're thinking, what you're doing, what you're listening to, especially because I'm going to be buying some CDs soon, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit, but I need some input on that kind of thing there. So going back to the whole idea of submitting that work that I did and not getting any real constructive feedback from my instructor, I was a little bit disheartened about that. It's not to say that I'm not going to, go out there and attempt to get some still. But at least, I'm a little bit ticked off, that sort of bit right here. We are students, and we should have, under this bound of education, some sort of expectation that we should be critiqued. We should, it's the learning progress. It's just part of it, that sort of thing right there. And so, beyond that, there was another little bit of weirdness that came from, doing a public service announcement on purging. And that had to do with the fact that there are some people out in this world, in this country, who believe in the purge, who believe that that is a sustainable way to run a government. I'm here to just, formally state, no, that's not remotely true whatsoever. Where did you get that idea? That's a horrible, horrible, horrible idea. I know we had that whole fascist regime kind of like rising up out of the country right now, but, let's think about it right here. I call it a fascist regime because, I don't know, you got those Tea Party candidates and that sort of thing. They're preaching anarchy, but they really don't want anarchy. I mean, does anyone really want anarchy? Anarchy in the UK, that sort of bit right there. Oh, yeah, then anarchist. And I could go, listing on all sorts of different, references and that sort of bit. But the point of the matter is that you really can't have a political party rising up on this idea of anarchy. It just doesn't work. You can't really assemble in that sort of fashion. So that's why I'm calling it fascism, at least. But no, purging is a terrible idea. Think about all the horribleness that you would release out into the world. And if you don't really just believe that on general principle right there, Rick and Morty did do a really great episode about that. There's also a really crappy movie, on that topic in that sort of sense right there with the with that as the titular title there, which I didn't see. I'm going to be honest, I didn't even bother trying to see. I can't imagine it was possibly good, and I've heard some mixed reviews, but oh boy. When your marketing firm says, hey, it would be a really good idea, let's stick on the sticker, right front and center, it's from the producers that brought you Paranormal Activity. I'm not sure if you know how ethos works right there, but usually when you're trying to, associate somebody with a film, to promote it, you want that person, or, even if you don't know who that is, their title to at least sound somewhat respectable. And just a little bit of tidbit information out there, if there's anyone who's planning on going into marketing. Ethos is a very, very powerful tool. And if you use it properly, you can persuade a lot of individuals. But, hey, you just got to make sure that everyone has, a positive role model behind them, that sort of thing right there. You don't really want Hitler being associated with your product. Unless you got some sort of weird neo-Nazi movement behind it and that sort of bit right there, which, is a possibility, but at the same time, what kind of market are you trying to go in here? I'm sorry, I'm putting your ethics on the line right now because that just sounds messed up. Alright, so moving on from there. I've had a weird week, honestly, more sitting on my ass behind a computer, and it's just I need to get a bit more out and that going about there. Got to go to, Northside Tavern over the weekend, saw a band play there. It was pretty fun, that sort of sense. Band was whatever. The sound guy there. There was some really bad sound quality. Someone needed to do a sound check or something like that. Just listen to it, seriously. Boy, but I hate the fact that I could pick out that kind of thing and say, oh well, there's technical problems here. It's ruining my experience because you never want to be that kind of person right there. You're kind of just the sad, mopey person that sits in the corner, and you don't ever want to be that person, okay? Don't do it. Don't go down that road. It's not worth it. Seriously. You're better than that. I know. But I don't even remember where that tangent came from in that sort of sense right there. But, going out and that sort of bit. There we go. I was able to remember. See, I didn't need a reminder, Terry. I was able to get there. No. So I was able to have some fun right there, but definitely looking forward to this weekend to do something similar at least. But that being said, I also need to start working on some more content. Yes. And we were working on some stuff today, which was pretty fun in that sort of sense. And we'll be sharing that with you later in the show, so you want to stick around for that for sure. But while I still have your attention on that, I would love to hear what you would like to see from me. That sort of thing right there. We can communicate and see. Help me to help you, that sort of sense right there, because I got a lot of ideas right now, honestly. I've been writing down a lot of ideas for sketch comedy. I've been wanting to, I don't know how you feel about this, but doing a cooking show or something like that. I love to cook. I don't know if that's public information or anything like that, but I really love to cook. And I love to cook a lot of weird things, a lot of ethnic foods. I've been trying to get my Chinese food, down pat, Made some delicious General Tso about a week and a half ago. Should probably try to pull that off again, see if I can improve on that. But yeah, doing a cooking show, we could change this to a video format right here. I am rubbish behind a camera still, but learning about that kind of stuff right there. And if you just set it up on a tripod, how can you mess that up, right? Okay, so gonna be working on that at least, but I was also thinking about doing some music video stuff, that sort of bit. But again, would love to hear what you want to see. Seriously, because you probably have some really, really awesome ideas. I bet you do, and you're just being modest right now. You're blushing, that sort of sense right there, and now you're laughing. Seriously, calm down. You have some good ideas, and I'd like to hear about them. I'm sure they're really awesome, and I'm sure that they're really strange. And that's the most beautiful thing of it all, isn't it? So yeah, no, beyond that, sketch comedy would be a really good idea too. I know that Bearcast TV is trying to get off the ground, and so if that could be a medium as well for me to sort of jump on and that sort of thing right there, and I would love to get some assistance with that, because who just wants to see me behind the camera right there? I'm really not that impressive. Honestly, that would just be terrible. Face for radio, that sort of thing. So, just throwing that out there. I got a lot of tricks in my bag of darkness, and I would love to see some of these projects get off the ground. So, again, get onto the Teej page if you get the chance. Like that for me. Let's get talking. Let's get some ideas around. In the meantime, though, I'm going to kick it over to some music. Give my voice a break, but at the same time, give my toes a tapping. That sort of bit right there. I Hear Voices by Kasabian. Let's hang out a bit.